Let's get kinky.
I'm about to get dominated by a woman for the first time, and I'm kind of nervous because I have always identified as gay for all of my sexually active life. I've never had sex with a woman before, and I'm really excited for this, but also kind of nervous. So I'm gonna call my friend Michelle. She's a human connection coach. She's a sex educator, and she taught me sounding hands-on. So she's been part of my journey in feeling more comfortable. We're gonna give her a call, and hopefully she can give me some advice and just help me calm my nerves a little bit before we start this episode. Hi.
Hi.
Hi. How are you?
I'm good.
Good.
Are you excited?
I am. Thank you so much for making time for me to talk this through with you. I am feeling very excited. Feeling a little nervous too. The main nerves that I have are just how is my body going to react? That is maybe not how I want it to react.
Yeah. Are you going into this with curiosity? Are you going into this with a little more than curiosity? Like, where are you in relationship to the idea of, you're having sex with a woman.
Right. I know. Crazy. I don't really want to just die without ever experiencing anything sexual with a woman. That would be just sad.
You don't know what you don't know.
Right.
You might be like, oh, I definitely need to do that again.
Right. Or I might be like, oh, that was awesome.
You know this, but I'm asexual and I like sex. Those two things can live in the same space.
Yeah.
But what asexual means is that I don't experience sexual attraction. So when I'm across the room from someone and I'm really drawn to them, I have to sit and think about what am I actually drawn to? Because it's not, oh my gosh, Michelle wants to fuck this person.
What is it for you?
For me, it's like, oh, I want to be close to them. I have like a sensual attraction. I want to touch them or feel what their touch is like. I want to have emotional connection. And then for me, sex comes as like just an optional activity. So it's not about having desire for a person. It's about getting to desire in general, right? My body gets to the point where I'm like, oh, sex would feel good. It's not maybe the way everybody else gets to sex.
Yeah.
So I imagine this might be a little bit like I experience sex.
As you were describing that, I think that's very similar to what I'm going to experience. And I was thinking, right now, if I were to go into it this second, I would have pressure on myself to be able to reach an orgasm, to be able to come, because that's what people want to see. I don't think that that's a good way for me to approach this.
No, okay, so I think about my work when I was a surrogate partner.
Okay.
The surrogate partners have sex with our clients sometimes. Mm-hmm. And I've grown to know them over a course of time to where I have an affection for them in the sense that I want to support them and help them through whatever their stickiness is around sex.
Yeah.
But for me to show up in my authentic sexual expression with a client back in those days was really, really hard to come by. And if I had that pressure on myself, I can't imagine even being able to launch into a sexual situation. So like my advice would be to stay present. Yeah. What is happening in the moment? What do you like and what do you want more of?
Mm-hmm. And you're saying like just focusing on the physical sensations in my body. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I think what's most important is that the person that you're playing with today, they understand that this is an experiment.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, like, here's the good news is you can just say, this isn't working for me, and it's okay.
Yeah.
Like, you're with another professional.
Right.
I think people in the regular world make the mistake of using regular people for experiments without them knowing that they're an experiment. Yeah. And not being able to communicate. And I know you can communicate.
Is there anything that you would want to know if you and I were having an experience either for the first time or this was you, like, what things might she be wondering that maybe I can bring up?
I think I would bring up your confidence in yourself to advocate for yourself.
Okay.
I think especially when you're working around kink,
mm-hmm.
As a top, I want to know that my bottom knows how to say red.
Mm-hmm.
There's no winning a prize because you've never said red in a scene.
Right. Okay.
To me, that's a huge red flag. If somebody says I'm such a good bottom, I've never even had to say red. To me, that says you have a real hard time with boundaries.
Yeah.
And probably self-abandon often.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't want to self-abandon for this.
You're not going to. I know you.
You're right. I think that is the perfect note to end on. I'm going to keep that in mind.
Have fun. You better fucking call me afterwards and let me know how it goes.
I will. You have my word. We'll do a little decompression afterwards.
All right. I love that.
Thank you so much, Michelle. I really appreciate you being here for me and for talking me through that. I'm feeling a lot more ready and available for this. More prepared. Yeah.
I can't wait to hear how it goes.
I love you so much. Thank you. Talk soon. Bye. All right. I'm feeling so much better after that. We got this. Let's do it.
Hey, Scarlett.
You can address me as Goddess Scarlet Fever.
Oh, excuse me.
We gotta keep him in
She's
check right
already
away.
here. Goddess.
There you go. That's what I like.
Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm really excited for this.
Yeah, me too.
I'm also feeling nervous, but we'll talk about that later.
I feed off of fear, so that's perfect.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
Wait, tell me more about that.
I just love a quivering little bitch. What can I say?
I feel seen and called out and even more afraid. It's great.
Perfect.
So I really wanted to know a little bit more. Like, we're gonna get into it today. You're gonna dominate me.
Oh, are you ready for that?
I don't know. I've never had sex with a woman before. Mm-hmm. So today, we'll see what we get into. I know we had talked about like pegging and so even though we're not having like intercourse, it's still gonna be, it's like the furthest thing. I've never had a woman dominate me and I'm kind of excited for it.
Oh my god, I'm excited for you. Honestly, you wouldn't be my first gay that like had that experience with me. So I'm always like happy to facilitate that for someone who's curious. I think that's what sex should be about. It should be about having fun, experimenting with people that you trust in a consensual way.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
On that note, I'm kind of curious, what is that like for you when you help these gay men, like you're about to do today, experiment with something they've never done before?
Well, I've done it with close friends in the past that just feel like they're curious. And for me, like, I generally identify like as a gay man. Like, I'm a bisexual biological woman, but in my heart, I feel like I always had like a special connection with like queer men.
Yeah.
And I've always felt that like sex and like BDSM and any type of experiences are meant to be fun, and why not share it with a friend? And if I'm like in a space where it's like we both feel comfortable, it's like, why not experiment? So yeah, I've had a few experiences and it wasn't weird or awkward. It was just like we talked about it and they were open to it and we just had that experience. So
that's pretty special. And I think that's my goal for today. I don't know how my body's going to react.
Yeah.
It's truly an experiment for me.
You're a coach, so you get it. You're experienced, and I think it's coming from like a place of like genuine curiosity.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of people get curious. Like I get a lot of like queer men or like queer women that are like, I've never done a BDSM session, or I've never been pegged or like tried a strap or whatever. And like I love facilitating those experiences.
That also like takes pressure off of me. Thinking about like, oh yeah, I can relate to that. I love helping people experiment.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah, it's fun.
How did you become a dominatrix? How did you get into this field?
Yeah, so I've always been like naturally dominant. It was just kind of hidden a little bit just based on people that I have dated in the past. It wasn't until I dated like my second boyfriend, this French guy. He was the first guy I ever dominated, and I was like, okay, yeah, this is definitely for me.
Nice.
And then after, a close friend at the time, this girl who like I had another BDSM experience with, and then with her, we did a performance for the first time. That was our first time performing ever at this event, like this techno show. And obviously I was the dom and she was the sub. And from there I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. Like I really want to keep doing this. But then she got a boyfriend, and we stopped doing it. So
damn it.
I know. And after that, like I wasn't like in the right relationship at that point. After like this person that I was dating wasn't like very kinky. So I think I was just like held back for a while until I got my chance to do my first event, Scarlett Fever. And then from there, that's when I started like opening up to kink again, because it's like a queer fetish party, and I was like the house dom. And then from there, like it just kept going.
I love it. What do you do at these fetish parties?
When I produce my own fetish parties, I'll work with a submissive, usually a gay man, or like a queer woman, depending, with usually queer people. And then I'll just create a scene. Like I love creating a whole story. So like I'll like come up with my own scene, like say like a theme, and then like create my own mix, and then I have like beginning, middle, end. Like it's like a whole experience. Like it's not just me I'm just whipping this person. No, it's a whole like experience. Like,
wait, but can you slow down on that one?
Oh yeah. Okay, you want
Please, ma'am. Please, guys. Tell me a little bit more.
Okay, I can.
Or give it an example, maybe.
I can elaborate. Yes. So, that's so people know they can book me for all of this. So I'll start with like the most elaborate to like the last part. So my scenes are pretty elaborate. I would create a mix and then create a story depending on the theme of the event.
Okay.
So
a mix meaning like a playlist?
Yeah. We did one that was like Predator theme, like the Alien movie.
Oh yeah.
And I was like this cunty like Predator like alien, and he was just like, you know, like someone that I capture. So
he's like just a worthless human.
Yeah, just a worthless human that I'm gonna use. So that one was pretty elaborate. Like it started with like a movie sound of, and then like the hissing of the, you know, and he's kind of like walking around with a gun, and I'm hiding, and I'm just fucking like hitting him, and he doesn't know where it's coming from. And then I capture him, like I put a fucking chain around him, and like I toss acid, and so I know it's like super elaborate. And then after I capture him, I get rid of all his clothes, and then I start fucking around with him. I like feed him like fingers and blood, and like he at the end, like he births like a baby from his asshole. It's like this dildo that looks like an alien, and I like get it out of him because I pretty much like impregnate him, because it's like I feed him eggs, and I have it's crazy.
Okay. I have so many questions. So many questions. What, you feed him fingers? What fingers?
Well, you're like, wait, like, yeah, so it's basically like, it was like a bag with like fake fingers, you know, and like weird, like bloody fingers, and that was part of the scene. I just like feed him like human fingers. I put like a thing in his mouth, so his mouth is like open, like I force feed
like
in
the
him.
Doctor thingamajig for like a dentist.
Yeah, like a mouth opener, and like I fed him like the, you know, bloody fingers. I was torturing him. You know, I was playing with my prey, and then I impregnate him, and then he like births the fucking like dildo.
How did you impregnate him?
With the eggs. With like the eggs that I had.
Were they real like chicken eggs?
No, it's just like paint, like balls of paint. We get really crafty with that. Like we get really crafty with like creating the fantasy of like filth and like you know, all of that. So so
there's like fake blood and paint just dripping all over. Okay,
we get like super nasty.
Oh my god, that's fun.
So that's one of them. I've done many different scenes. I've done like a clown scene. I've done.
What did you do for the clown scene?
Oh my god, that one was super fun. I worked with Dementia, the clown. I like put like balloons on him, and like I like tossed like the darts on him, and then like I had like a spanking booth for him, and like people were like fucking him up, and at the end I like threw a pie in his face. Yeah, it was like so I like getting creative with those scenes. Like the last one too was like super fun. I did it at Club Obsession. It was like a vampire scene that I did with one of my trans friends, Nikki Hex. And for that one, like I walk her in, and like I pretty much like bite her, and then I do a ritual, and then she comes back to life, and then we do like I do like a lip sync performance, and then I like do like sword play with her, and like I feed her like blood. It's so
Oh, wow.
So yeah, they're super elaborate. Yeah, the ones where I just do my lip sync, and then I'll have a boy be my accessory, or like I'll fuck with him a little bit, but it's not like a full scene.
Okay.
Like I did a performance at Stunt with my friend and sub Josh, and I did Simp. Have you heard that song? S-I-M-P, I want you to worship me.
No, I don't know that song.
Yeah, so yeah, that one was cunt, because I just had him there being my little simp, and I was just like slapping him and like kicking him, and I'm lip syncing. I'm still like the show, so.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So he's just there to be like your backup dancer / punching bag.
Yeah, yeah. Those are like my main ones, and then I also just do solo drag or like kinky burlesque. So.
What is kinky burlesque like?
So obviously I take my clothes off, but I also add elements where I'll have like wax, or I'll have like my whip, or anything where it's more like self domination almost.
Cool.
Yeah.
This is like Halloween sex.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
Halloween
really,
sex art pop.
yeah, it's really fun, and yeah, you can find like the clips of my performances on my Instagram.
I already feel myself like kind of submitting.
Yeah. Bending over more and more. Yeah.
No, you really like bring the energy. Are you like that outside of this character, like in your personal life? I don't know, when you're with friends and stuff, or do you tend to be more dominant or more sub?
That's an excellent question. It really just depends on the vibe, but I usually tend to be more dominant. Like for me to be submissive, it's usually like with my partner. Like I feel more comfortable being submissive, or with like a queer person. Like you won't catch me being submissive for a fucking straight person, like ever, you know? So yeah, like I'm definitely a switch. I'm more dominant, but I can switch like for the right person.
I feel similar. In my personal sex life, I enjoy being sub and more than I do if I'm working with someone, especially like for anal sex. It feels very vulnerable.
Yeah, of course.
So it's also a cool little challenge for me in situations like this. I am in work mode right now, right? So to like submit like this is going to definitely be a little bit of a psychological challenge, but I'm excited for it, and you have a very comfortable dominant presence. Feel more like I can lean on you to be dominant.
Yeah, of course. I love that, and I love that a lot of people trust me. I'm actually San Diego's like a dom top. The twinks are bend over for me. Like the twunks, like the bears, you know, everywhere I work. I think it's honestly beautiful that they trust me, that like, you know, you guys trust me to like be your dom. Like it does make me feel like really good. Why do you think you find that alluring, like that dark dom feminine figure?
That's a great question. I think because it's off limits. The darkness, the like evil, or the perception of evil. Growing up so religious, that was so off limits for us. So to me, I get really turned on by the feeling of empowerment. So I think because I grew up seeing women be submissive and that was how they were supposed to be, it's a big turn off to me.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But when I see women be super powerful, that does turn me on. Not usually like in a sexual way. It's usually like, yes, get it, girl. Like, high five. Like, I like you.
Okay, period. Yeah, and you like being a little sinner too.
Exactly. Yes. I do like being a little sinner. Or big sinner.
Yeah. You're about to sin real
Right, exactly. I was wondering, from your perspective, what is it that if somebody wanted to like get into being a dom like you, what would they need to know? How did they get started?
Oh my God. Honestly, like it's been such a wild journey for me.
Yeah.
I started with just performing, and I've been doing that since 2018. And then actually this year is when I started actually doing private sessions, which a lot of people are always shocked because they thought that I was like doing it already.
Yeah.
But one of the reasons why I was kind of like taken aback is because like, oh, I'm gonna have to like work with straight men, you know. But now it's like, but like that can pay the bills. So I decided to open up barely this year, and I've had a mentor who's been helping me out a lot. She's been helping me get started and like open up my accounts and like how to like talk to them and all of that. So I do have like a lot of experience, obviously, with like domination, like on the stage, but like this being an actual like dominatrix is like a whole like another field. Like it takes a lot more preparation. I would say like I had to create my account like on like the websites, you know, and then create like a sheet like so people can sign up to be like my sub, and then you have to be in the right state of mind, and I have like my cross at home and all my tools, and it's like more of like it's a transaction. It's definitely more work as in compared to like performing, which is more like, oh, I'm creating my perfect scene and now I'm gonna be on stage, you know. So I do have a list of things that I like to do, and people reach out, and if we connect with like what we want to do, cool. If not, like I have a lot of guys reach out to me that they want to eat my shit, and I don't do that. Like I know I give off that vibes that I'll make you eat my shit, but like I can't. Like I just something like that's not like a hard limit for me. So yeah, people can find like my interest like on my Instagram or like my Trist account, because I mean I personally like enjoy, for example, impact play, like restraint, like financial domination, like domestic servitude. Like I love anything that's more like service to me as a goddess, in compared to like being so in tune to like what the like, so like a sub that's too needy. It's like, okay, this is what we want to create, and like you're here to service me.
I think it's really important for people to know that you have limits, you have boundaries.
Exactly.
Because without that, what, you're just gonna let everyone walk all over you and just no. And like I'm expensive too. Like I understand not everyone's gonna be able to afford me, and that's fine. I think like I know my standards and I know my limits, and I would not like put myself in a situation that I don't feel comfortable. There's also like verification processes. Like it's a whole thing, because it's like you're inviting someone in your space to dominate, like a stranger. But it doesn't have to be a stranger, because you get all their info. But if anyone wants to get into it, they have to be really informed, because it's a serious business, and it can go like down south like really quickly. So just get informed, I would say. Like it's not as glamorous as it seems, you know. It's like it is a lot of work like that you have to put into, and you have to put yourself out there. So it's like, if you want to commit to it, like educate yourself, find mentors, find classes. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. That was a lot of really good info. I'm thinking of the flip side now. What should I, or someone that wants to be sub, like, what should we know? Read
every fucking thing on my site. You know, like, don't ask me stupid questions. Like, if you read every single thing, like, read, like, what I am into, like, fill up the application, like, just be aware, like, be informed, so you don't waste my time. You know, and, like, if you have questions, like, questions are okay. Like, you can ask questions and email me or like text me or whatever, but it's like, if it's like something that's already on the page, like you're gonna piss off a dom. Like we are used to like a lot of time wasters, a lot of people that just want your attention, you know, and they don't really give anything in return, or they just want attention. So follow the rules, like read and like follow the rules, so you can prove yourself worthy of that dom.
I feel like it's all the process of them starting in that headspace of like being there to worship you starts at the very beginning. How they approach you.
Exactly that. Like I will not reply back to someone who's like, hey beautiful, or like something that is like completely, give me like a nice email, like, hello goddess, this is what I'm interested in, I saw your page, or like I submitted the application. Like it starts from the beginning of like the first approach. I agree.
What are some ways that you verify things with people consent-wise to like establish boundaries and everything?
I would usually do either like hand signals. It just depends on the person. Like it could be like a safe word, or it could be like the red, like green, yellow, or like something. Well, sometimes they might be restrained so they can't do this or something. So we just pick something for us that we will know that if it goes too much or if it's not, then I will like stop. But it hasn't gotten there yet. Sometimes I do think like, damn, was I like too fucked up? But they're like, no, it was great. I'm like, okay, cool.
What is it like? What is that conversation like afterwards? When you
I do like to have some aftercare, just because, you know, it's like it's part of the experience. And I like to ask like, how was it? Like, do you enjoy it? Like, do you want some water or something? So it's just like a brief conversation. And then like in the beginning, like we would have like another like brief like negotiation, because the negotiation happened already. Like either like
when they signed up.
When they sign up. And then usually it's like just ready to go in the beginning, or we would like have a little bit extra, say if I missed something, or just to double check like if they have any injuries, or I always try to make sure that it's exactly what they want, and I like double check like, okay, you're okay with this and that, like things that I know that come naturally to me, or that I know that I like to say. I always make sure, because I don't want to slip, you know, and then like someone might not like being called a bitch or like whatever, you know, and then you have to be aware, because people have like a lot of random triggers, so you have to be like mindful of that. It's definitely like a risk, but it's worth it. I mean, it's worth the risk.
You mentioned hand signals. Can you give me a couple examples of the hand signals that you use?
Sometimes like I will tell them like, if you're restrained, like do this, like if it's too much, or like if it's like too like a 1, 2, or 5, you know, then maybe they can like do like, okay, like 1 is like not enough, more like up to 5 or 3. 3 is usually like the sweet spot. So
4 is like, oh, we're getting a little too much, and 5 is
5 is like back
off.
Because I've also done, say like I go to events and then I'm the dom at the night. That's different, because that's like a 5-minute like quick session. So I have, since everything's so quickly, like I tell them, like I check in with them more, like, oh, is this, you liking this? Are you liking this? I'm more like verbal, and as opposed to maybe a scene, I'm definitely more into like that like character where I'm more like ruthless in comparison to being a dom at an event that I'm more like checking on them, because it's like so quick. We haven't like established that rapport yet, so I don't want to like scare them off, you know?
Right. That makes sense.
My pillars of Scarlet Fever are like domination, like sex positivity, like queerness, and like just self-love. And I want to write lyrics that are empowering to people that connect with that, and very dominant, very cunty, very slutty. And I want to be able to impact more people like worldwide with music. So that's my next project.
Isn't it funny to think that by being such like a cunt, a queen, to dominate people, to demean them, you're actually uplifting them. You're empowering them in some ways. It's really
beautiful.
Cool.
It's a beautiful thing, and it's a beautiful work, and I know it's unconventional and it's not everyone's cup of tea, but it's someone's cup of tea, and I'm filling their fucking kettle, okay?
Why do you think that is? Like, what about it? Because I know I feel empowered from it, but why is that?
Why is that you?
Well, like, why do you think being dominant or even demeaning ends up with this result where people feel empowered?
I think what it's empowering is the consent, and the fact that there is that trust to have that power dynamic with someone, and we are accepting our dark side. Because we all have like a little dark side, or that's something that we maybe feel shameful about and we don't want to share. Like our kinks, there's so many different types of kinks, and just being able to share that with someone is empowering. There's something there that is like, I was able to do that, or I was able to face my fears, or I was able to truly express who I really am in this sense, in like sex or BDSM, that's what's empowering. Because even me being a dom or a sub, I feel empowered either way because I made that choice to be there or like to provide that.
Yeah.
So I think the empowerment comes from making like the choice and like feeling comfortable enough with yourself to do that.
I love that. What a great note to kind of move us from this portion to the next.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Let's do it. Yeah, we're ready.
Awesome.
Okay, Alex, I want to ask you something really quick. How do you want me to address you as a sub?
Oh. Shit, I haven't thought of this. Okay, wait. Can you give me some ideas of how, like, options?
Well, it just depends on how you like being called. Like, do you like to be like degraded, humiliated? Do you want to feel like a little prince or a little bitch?
I think little bitch.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
Okay, perfect. Let's look at that. I feel like that honestly resonates the most with me.
Perfect.
Or slut. Slut to me feels very empowering.
Yes, same.
I like that.
Perfect. So how are you feeling? You're feeling like you're ready?
I am feeling ready. I'm still feeling nervous, but you know, it's the excited side of nervous. I have been taking, I don't know if you've ever heard of this before, Drive Boost.
No.
Okay, so I use this stuff. It's by VB Health. They have a few different things. They also have Soaking Wet for the people with the vulvas. Drive Boost and Load Boost. Drive Boost really just helps me with my sex drive.
Ooh.
And again, with this being like a whole new experiment for me to get dominated by a woman for the first time. And to have all the cameras here, all of those things combined are just like a recipe for me to be very anxious. So this stuff I've been taking for several weeks now just to like make sure my sex drive is built up because it makes me feel a little more confident knowing that I'll be able to get horny much easier. And that way I can get out of my head and stop worrying about it and just experience this with you.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
okay, I'm gonna have to try the WAP ones too.
Yeah. Oh, I'll give you some when you leave.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, VB Health, for sponsoring this episode. Appreciate you all.
Let me get a close-up of you.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, was that good?
Does
it actually work? Is it like the rhino pills?
No.
Okay.
Rhino pills, all of those gas station pills are usually Viagra or Cialis ground up and then combined with a bunch of other supplements.
What?
And then they get shut down, and then they just open up a new company and do the same thing again.
That's crazy.
Most of it doesn't actually work. It's just the fact that it has Viagra in it that it makes it work.
I had no idea.
Yeah. Yeah, like I legit take this on a daily basis. This is obviously like to look good on camera, but my bottle is almost empty.
The bottle is empty.
Yeah,
She's taking them.
I've been taking them. They really, really do work. I feel hornier like every day, more so than usual. And the other stuff works really well too, like Load Boost. Oh my god, I can come like a porn star on that.
Yeah, I love supplements.
Yeah.
Give me more.
Yeah.
Are you ready to be my little bitch?
The part we're all here for.
I'm gonna show you some of the things that I have, and then
Okay.
you can tell me what you are wanting to explore. Obviously, I got wax. If you're interested in feeling some wax on your body.
I've never done wax play before, and I have been very curious about it.
And then they have like the pinwheel as well. If you're into like sensation play, if you want to
Yeah.
feel it.
I love
that
these.
one, like super fun.
This is actually something that like I have and play with. On
Oh,
my
I love this one's my favorite on myself as well. Like
Yeah.
I just feel so good. It's like all the little tickles.
Yeah.
These clothespins that I can like put on your body and like whack them off with a paddle, like you know.
That one's like for me. I'm not a big like the pinching pain is not usually really pleasurable to me.
Yeah.
But also when you did that just now, it wasn't like a turn off. So
Yeah.
we'll keep it on the table.
Yeah, okay. This one's good for sensation and also for impact. This one definitely leaves marks. Yeah, that one's one of my favorites. This one hurts. With a wooden paddle, this one's like spicy for sure. Try that one. Yeah,
that's definitely more stingy. I had someone paddle me who did not know what they were doing at this like event, and they just came up and started whacking my ass, and no.
You gotta build up to it.
Yeah.
I have nipple clamps.
Why do they have? What's on the end of these?
Yeah, it attaches to the gag ball right here.
Okay,
like
and then that way, if you move your head.
Yeah.
Okay. Wonder how much my intimidation or fear is showing up on camera.
This is another tool. This one doesn't really hurt that much. It's like it's pleather. It makes more noise. I mean, it can hurt because like I got I go to the gym.
Yeah.
They're handcuffs. Like these are like my shitty ones. These are the nice ones. So.
Yeah, these are so much more comfortable to get.
Yeah, they are.
Even though like fluffy cop handcuffs
are
what everyone sees.
Oh, these are the ones.
Yeah.
They feel good. So yeah, what are you interested out of all the tools you can pick?
Oh my goodness. Okay. Wax.
Okay.
It is really interesting to me because I've always wondered what it felt like.
Okay.
And I don't know if I'm gonna like hate it.
Well, you're about to find out.
I also would really love to incorporate paddles in. That time that somebody did it terribly to me, then a pro came over and was like, oh, here's how it's done. But my experience was kind of tainted by the fact that I was almost injured and then got it done correctly.
No.
I think it would be really fun if we can build paddles into the scene.
Okay. Paddles and wax and then pegging.
And then pegging, yes!
He's begging for a pegging. That's my next song idea. Don't rip me off.
Begging for a pegging.
So, are there any injuries that I should be aware of?
My shoulders get really tight, so there are certain shoulder positions where my arms will start growing numb, but I feel comfortable speaking up and letting you know if that happens.
Okay, perfect. Are you okay with like hand signals, or do you want to speak?
I'm okay with hand signals. Is that your preferred method?
I can do either.
A combo?
A combo? Okay, yeah, for sure.
Is that possible?
Yeah,
okay.
We can do that. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Is there any places that I should avoid the impact? Usually I like to focus on like obviously the ass, the thighs, like the chest and then the back. Is there any place that I should avoid? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, obviously I don't want to be flogged on my neck or my balls. Like,
you're not into CBT.
No.
Like,
but
damn it. I love stepping on balls. Fuck.
Not my thing.
Okay, got it.
But all the other things that you named, those are great areas.
Okay. How do you feel about hair pulling?
I like hair pulling.
Okay, choking?
Yeah. I'm good with choking. Yeah. If it's too much, I'll let you know. The thing I like about choking is when it feels powerful and when there's some restriction of like blood flow or airflow. If it's all the way restricted, I don't like that, but I can hand signal to you at that point.
All right. Is there anything that you do not want to be called or any place that I should not touch at all?
Typically, I don't like to be demeaned. However, there is a different, like when I'm checking in with myself right now, I'm like, it would not bother me to have you saying like, you're a little slut, you're a bitch. So I think there's something different that I'm experiencing with you right now than if a guy was doing this to me, it would be a different story. So I think I'm okay with being called most things. What was the other part of the question?
Any place that I should avoid?
No, I don't think so.
No? Okay. What about marks? Do you want me to be aware to not go too hard to leave marks on your body?
What kind of marks?
Like scratch marks or like bruises from the paddle.
I'd be okay with like a medium bruise.
Okay. What about face slapping?
I don't really like face slapping, although I think it probably depends on how you're doing it.
Got it.
Right? I think when I'm thinking of face slapping, I'm like, oh my god, that's gonna sting. My ear's gonna be ringing.
Yeah.
What is it like when you slap? Like, how hard do you slap?
Let's see.
This I like.
Yeah, you can listen up. It's okay. That's not
That's
bad.
actually good.
Yeah,
I like
that's
that.
not bad.
Probably not harder than that, but that felt really good.
Yeah, not harder than that. Okay. Yeah.
Maybe once I'm warmed up more,
I'll
be a little bit harder.
I'll be mindful.
I did have a question. When you start pegging me, my main thing in my head, I think this comes back to like, oh, this is my first experience like going to this level of like with a woman is like, oh, am I expected to like touch you back or show affection back, or am I really like your object, your toy?
You're my object, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you're my toy.
It's not really about mutual like affection or anything.
No, and yeah, with domination, it's like
you're gonna use me.
Yeah.
Great.
Is that good?
I'm good with that.
Perfect.
It actually like lets me get out of my head when there's no expectations on me other than to be an object.
That's it. That's all I want.
Okay, great.
I don't want anything but you just being a good little sub.
Okay,
all right,
I can
perfect.
do that. You see me relax.
That's all good. So yeah, you will address me as goddess.
Yes, goddess.
And then, you know, when I get you really good, when you really like something, you say thank you, goddess.
Okay.
I want you to start by taking your fucking clothes off.
Yes, goddess.
And don't just like fucking throw them there. Fold them nicely and put them away.
Jeez, like my grandmother right now.
What the fuck do you say?
Sorry.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Don't get fucking bratty with me.
I'm sorry, goddess. How's this?
That's okay, acceptable.
Oof.
Let's see. Okay. Yeah, that's nice. Let's take a closer look. Yeah, this will do.
Oh my god, may I give you a hug, goddess?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. Aw.
Thank you.
Of course. How was that?
Very, very good. Can we lay down for a moment?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, we can have some aftercare.
Thank you so much, goddess.
It's my time to release you.
Okay, thank you.
First of all.
Yes, that was so good. I honestly, you know, obviously I didn't know what to expect going in, especially having like a sexual experience, a BDSM experience with a woman. Like, I was genuinely like so nervous about it, but you gave me so much care and attention that like honestly, I would do this again any day over a random hookup.
Oh my god, period.
100%.
Period.
And you know what else I love about it is like we didn't have to come in order to have a really great sexual experience together.
Yeah.
It was erotic, it was sensual, it was I felt really taken care of and like I could release, so thank you.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, BDSM is really about an experience and fulfilling fantasies. And for example, for me and like a lot of doms, like we don't actually get to like the climax part. For us, it's work, it's enjoyable. But even for like the sub, like that's not usually a thing because since we're not escorts.
Yeah.
So I there's a lot of guys that do want that, but like for me specifically, like I don't allow it.
Yeah.
But there are others that do. So it just kind of depends.
There's also kind of something cool and very dominant about you not letting
exactly
me or them like come.
Yeah, they have to like really earn that, or maybe be like a long-term sub for me to even like be comfortable with that. Yeah, but it's about fulfilling a fantasy.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
How did that feel for you, having that experience with me?
Oh, it was so fun. Yeah, I was already like looking forward to it, and I just love being the first as well. I pop your pegging cherry. Yeah, and like I think it's good to like normalize experiences like this and to like let go of the shame and the stigma behind like sexuality. Sexuality is like such a big spectrum. And I think anyone should be open and let go of like whatever barriers they have. So.
I can honestly say that I wish more gay men were open to an experience with a dominatrix. Like, I hope that there are many gay men, at least one, that like watches this and says, oh my gosh, I want to work with Scarlett because of this. Because that was like really special. And there's also oh my god, I might tear up. Is that okay?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
There's something special, I think, as a gay man and also someone who like grew up really religious and being spanked on the regular, that like having an experience like this, you were giving me some of the physical sensations of back when I was that little kid being spanked by my dad or my mom, but like felt empowering versus like when my parents did it, it felt really hurtful.
Yeah.
And so I felt like even in this, I was able to kind of reprocess some of that trauma and feel like a little more
healed.
Yeah.
You felt like you were like processing how you were feeling in the moment, feeling like, oh, I can experience this on my own terms.
Yeah.
And like heal that part of yourself
Yeah.
that was in there. And like sometimes like we don't know until we have an experience like this.
Yeah.
And that's why BDSM is like, it's so important. I think like we all go through certain levels of like trauma or abuse in our lives, and sometimes like oddly enough like we want to experience that again, but in our own terms and in a safe space and in a loving way.
Yeah. I think the other part that was really, really cool to me that I really enjoyed was, like I told you, growing up with that like misogynistic influence of like women are supposed to be subservient to men, getting to experience this with you, and to also know like we were creating this experience. It wasn't about like having intercourse.
Yeah.
It was about having a very vulnerable experience together, and there is something so like hot, like hell yes, fuck yeah, get it bitch, about like being like, you are taking control of me. You're almost getting to act like the asshole that the Christian men I grew up around act towards women, and it was so fun to like switch that role and be, I don't know, it felt like, hell yeah, this is the way I want to see the world, where like, one, this isn't used to hurt people, this is used in a consensual way, and two, the chromosomes or genitals that you're born with do not dictate which of the roles you have to take.
Exactly.
And I really like that.
Oh, that was so beautiful. This is why I like doing the work that I do, and especially like connecting with like my community, the queer community. I think it's so important to provide those safe spaces that we didn't have like growing up like in a misogynistic or homophobic or in the patriarchy, and just we need to like rewrite our own stories and do it in our own way and with people that we trust. It's so important.
Can I give you another hug?
Yes, baby, yes. This is aftercare. Yeah, cuddle time.
Okay, so for our like viewers, can I touch your dick real quick?
Yes.
Okay, I just want to like, oh, it's so big.
I know, and I have bigger ones too.
You would blow my guts out with it.
I know.
This is the perfect size. It felt scary and very good.
That's why I love that. That's why I'm like, I'm scary hot. That's
Absolutely.
my tagline, like scary hot.
That is a perfect tagline for you.
Yeah.
So if people want to like find you or work with you, how can they do this? Because they need to experience what I just experienced.
Yes, of course. You can find me on Instagram. It's Scarlett Fever Bitch. Scarlett Fever Bitch. Yes. And then I also have a Tryst account where I have like one detail like the services that I do. You guys can reach out to me via email, Instagram, phone number. I will have all of it right there. Or you can find me on X, on Blue Sky, Loyal Fans, Goddess Scarlett Fever, or at Worship the Fever.
Love it. We'll put all those links in the show notes so everyone can find me really easily.
Yes, if y'all want to book me to perform or to provide an experience like this, now you know.
Love it. Thank you so much again. I really appreciate it.
It was great having you on my dick.
Thank you.
Yes, of course.
All right, everyone. We'll see you on the next episode. Bye.
Period.
So good.
Yes.
If you enjoyed today's episode like I did, don't gatekeep, share it with a friend, and leave a rating to support our mission of ending sex shame. You can find the full explicit demo on my Hey Alexxx Gay site. Then show today's guests some love with a follow. Their link is down in the description. And if you're curious about today's sponsored product, you can find all that info in the description as well. Thanks for coming. Stay curious, sexy.